Welcome everyone back. We are into the main part of the tournament, and we started with the first match. Today we'll be watching four games and four best of ones instead of best of threes we usually get to watch. Today I'm not alone. Today with me is Redul, and welcome Redul.
Thank you very much, Marim, for this warm welcome. And sucks that we're going to have a shorter day today. It's only going to be best of ones, not best of threes, like you just said. But honestly, these matches, they're promising. Honestly, looking at these teams, it feels like everybody can beat everybody, and you always want to have that when you're actually in a tournament. You don't want it to be obvious who's going to win. So, for the first match, we're going to be looking at Incilio versus the X team of domination, Russians versus Hungarians. And for the picks, what do you think, Mare, for these maps that we're looking at?
I mean,
I mean, for the map.
Yeah, I like to see ancient ancient Anubis, Nuke, Vertigo on best of ones. I don't like to see those like Inferno, Mirage, because it's best of one. It's flip coin, as we like to say. It's 50-50, where, well, you don't want to actually lose just because it's a map where you can't do anything, just because it's 50-50, just because it's, well, that opportunity to let opponent to get that win very easily.
Absolutely. Looking at the stats for these two teams, straight off of HLTV, better percentages are on the side of X Domination. They have an 83% win rate, but they have played half the maps that Incilio has played. Incilio has 55% win rate on 11 maps, and X Domination has 83 on 6. So
Okay.
quality versus quantity, basically, here between these two teams. And I would love if I could pull up who they actually played versus, but one person I have to mention for the side of Incilio is actually Risky Bob, and back in his days of, if I'm not mistaken, he used to play in a team called Invision, or Envision, depending
Envision,
on
yeah,
how you
yeah.
want to say it. He was really good. Now, looking at his stats, 0.67, not doing too hot. He's the only player below a 1.0 rating in the entire team of Incilio. Their best rated player, Polt, 1.14, and on the enemy side, on X Domination, Aaron with 1.18. So the ratings relatively balanced. What are your predictions for this match?
I will say Incilio could be the team that could win this. But as I said, the Ancient is really a pick where you need to play good. You need to have good communication. You need to have a good team play. And, well, still, Ancient is city-sided. And it's really important that Incilio will start on city side. That's what we know right now. And how they start, it's pretty important. If they don't start good, that would be a big problem, because after the half, of course, they will go to the T side. Then you don't have that opportunity to take those chances, those percentages of easiest city side, easier actually city side, where you could lose just because of that. And X Domination, I think it's always better to start Ancient on a T side, because okay, you will make a mess on that T side. You maybe will not have good start of the map. You will have like 4 or 5 rounds, which is respectfully on that T side. Then you can go on a city side to make a great comeback, to actually fix everything you did bad. Right now, just for the information, we'll wait for that technical pod, which is right now, so we can start the match. So before we start the match, I need to ask you for your predictions.
I'm actually going to go with the side of X Domination. I just feel like their form has been much better, because
Okay.
out of their last, I think this is, I mean, they've lost only one match in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 series played, and they were all best of threes. There was even a best of 5 in there.
Oh, okay.
Incilio have won 1 out of their last 6 best of threes. This is a best of 1, so that is definitely a factor that we have to look at. It's quite possible that
Yeah.
it could just be like a one map of somebody popping off. Let's say, for example, Risky Bob decides to just stomp everybody like he is capable of doing, and we just watch a short map. Also, something we have to take into account is that when it comes to world rank, Incilio is 141st, and X Domination is 62nd, so they're nearly in the top 50 on HLTV. And that's definitely, I'm a big stats guy, and also
Yeah.
I'm looking at their form, and I do think that this is going to be not that hard for X Domination, although I could quite easily be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a best of one, and now we'll finally go to the first round. We will start this ancient, and as I said, on the city side. Okay, this is the knife round first. Yeah, okay, my bad. So before the match starts, before this knife rounds, and Leon is the official sponsor, provides each viewer with a free bet worth $5 after activating the promotional code LeonHub. Click on the banner in the description and place your bets, and we'll see who will get to choose. Probably Examination. Yeah, Aaron with that last knife will have opportunity for his team actually to decide where to start. Is it smarter to start on a CT side? Is it smarter to start on a T side? And I will ask you that question. What is smarter to start with?
I actually prefer starting on the harder side, contrary to many players and genuinely IGLs from our region. They prefer starting on the easier side. I prefer starting on hard because even if you get stomped, let's say 13-2 at the half, I had an Inferno match where we came back from 13-2 to 16-14 just because we ended the map on CT side. And also you have a bunch of factors like mentality and so on and so on. But even though it's 55 a 45 split for in the favor of CT side on an ancient, I do think that if the T side is aggressive enough, they can definitely flip those percentages around.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I'm wondering about that T side. It's really quite a coin flip. How will you play? How is your playstyle in general? Will you play aggressively like Incilio is trying to do right now? They're starting on a mid Coolio with a great cash shot right there, starting with a +1. And now what is the idea of Incilio? They will start going through the city towards the A side, and look at this. With the old Bretta's Camion will not be good right there. Polt with 2 great headshots. Coolio still can't handle this. Risky Bob with another frag, and this would be a planned 2v4.
Camion had to have had that frag. There's literally nothing else in this round that had to happen except for him getting the kill with the dualies. MSN is going to get ding 36 HP. Not much MSN can do. He will hit a nasty shot onto Pip, but Polt with 3 frags, if I'm not 4 frags actually, if I'm not mistaken, all headshots, is going to demolish X Domination in the pistol round and bring a nice little early start for the side of Incilio. And depending on how aggressive X Domination will be with their buys, which is not at all, they're just going to go full eco. They're going to stack towards the A site. Honestly, from that pistol, I feel like, honestly, X Domination, or at least Camille, needed to warm up a bit more, because that was such an easy frag. He was the player wasn't even looking at him.
Yeah.
Coolio, he did a great job. He positioned nicely, but he simply got overrun. Sorry for the pun. He stayed cool. Unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for Camille, but I'm sure they're gonna fix their form up. I mean, they are the 2-1 favorites for this match, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 3-1. So definitely there is something to prove here for the side of X Domination.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, it seems like X Domination need to warm up a little bit. I like the decision to go fully eco on this round, and stack on A side could be a good read. And look at this, Incilio entering from the donut. Risky Bob with the great catch right there. He need to check every position there, but Camille from the big box will find one frag. Another one going on with that USB, hitting good headshots right there, but he will not be able to find Casey right there. And Zantar. I didn't read that good. Huh? Zantares?
Xantar.
Yeah, okay. It was looking like Zantares. I wanted to say Zantares, but we know that he is not playing in Cilio. But in Cilio, we'll get to round number 2.
Maybe you spoke it into existence. The next big transfer on the market, Zantares, from being benched to, well, not being benched, but from Eternal Fire. Honestly, going away from Eternal Fire is probably going to be the best move for his career. I know that he would love to make the Turkish Super Team work, and Aaron somehow makes this smoke spam work. I'll tell you why. It's because the A1S does not have tracers. He followed Pulse tracers right through that smoke, and now MSN is going to have a big task here on his hands. CT is going to get smoked. He is going to get mollied out. He's going to have to smoke himself, and oh, he missed the molly. MSN 36 HP, climbs up onto the boxes. Camille from Donut coming in. Aaron with another frag through the smoke. You would think this man has the same X-ray we do, and MSN finding 2 frags. Risky Bob is the last man alive, finds 1, and needs 3 more for the 3rd round. I mean, Cilio is just not going to happen. Aaron is too strong. We have a bit of a flame version of a Marty drum for Call of Duty here. Risky Bob from the grave manages to find another frag. That's good for economic damage, but the A site, complete lockdown from X Domination.
Yeah, definitely good positioning from Hungarians, and that was pretty good. I mean, Risky Bob was in a good position. He started good, finding one good headshot on that 1v3 situation, but I mean, when you're in that position, you're just surrounded by enemies and you can't do much. You just need to, well, basically pray that they will peek you one by one, maybe to find some good headshots, good one-taps. And also he was with the Galil, so that wasn't really in favor of him. Now, in round number 4, let's see what is the idea of Incilia. This time they're focused more for the B side, and I like the positioning of X-Domination. They pushed all down to the mid. That is like a school play, how you need to play Ancient. Pushing down to the mid, checking every position there, having a good information that no one is pushing mid, so they can only be on the A side, and you can hear every step from the donut if they are in the A main. And also the push on the ramp could have a good information right there. With this smoke, they can have a possession of the whole back side of back part of the B side and the ramp also. So let's see, what is the idea? 50 more seconds and something needs to happen.
This is the calm before the storm, and a storm is brewing towards this B site. 4 players technically in front of it. We only see that Polt is holding the flank from mid, and Risky Bob with a great boost over this smoke. I was gonna mention that smoke had a gap on the top part of it, but Risky Bob beats me to it, and now Coolio from Pyramid is gonna have to be a hero for X-Domination. He does have a teammate towards Cave, and we're actually seeing a 4-man rotation. Everybody are here for X-Domination, but so are for Incilio. Bodito goes 1 for 1. And with the man advantage that Incilio has, that's not going to be enough. Coolio needed to line both players up, but he leaves Aaron in a 1v2. Now a 1v1. Polt with a Galil, both players full HP, 10 seconds on the clock. Polt not really in the best position. Polt wild spray from the Galil, but he does connect the headshot in the end. Maybe a little bit of luck, but hey, you need to have a little bit of luck in Counter-Strike. 3-1 for Incilio. Close, but not close enough for X-Domination.
As you said, close, but not close enough to get the round. Still, Incilio looking pretty good on this T side. I mean, as we spoke about it, on a T side, it's much harder to start good. It's if you start as Incilio started with a good pistol round, okay, you will have those bonus rounds. But now, when they already lose one, they're making their good way and good place to actually stay on a good statistic, basically. MSN again with the USP and the whole team of X-Domination in some kind of force buy with some Deagles there. Deagles can always be dangerous, and as I said in the close qualifiers, we saw how dangerous that pistols can be with those Deagles, with those Tech-9s. Basically every round we watched that was a force buy with the pistols. It was a disaster for the anti-force round. Pipe finding 2 frags right there, total of 3. Xanter finding Kamion. We didn't saw those frags, but Coolio is all alone. Basically now the Walking Dead 1v5 with the pistol. He can only pray for some exit frags, but Polt will not let him do anything. That will be round number 4 for Incilio.
A triple kill for Pip, getting those farm gun kills. That's $1,800 just off the Mac 10. He paid it off and then some. 4-1 for Incilio, and this is what I told you about aggressive teams or just well-coordinated teams can have a great T side here on Ancient. And at least the calling right now has been great for Incilio. X-Domination on a full buy once again. We have 5 M4s. We're yet to see an op on the CT side of X-Domination, but I'm sure that will come within a few rounds. They just need some money, and Kamion with a great shot on the Polt. Gonna find the entry frag for X-Domination and bring him into a 5-on-4 situation.
I want to ask you your opinion about going double AP setup for CT side. I watched too many teams going in the first time they have enough money to buy AVP to go with the dual AVPs, and oh, Castle finding a good shot right there on mid and shooting through that wall. MSN will not find anything, I think, and fallback of Pipe and Castle and the rotation towards the B side. Risky Bob first to peek. As you said, he is the player to watch. He is the player with the most highlighted stats, and I think that he was playing in Bridge, if I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you can check it, please.
Polt?
No, Risky Bob. I think he played in Bridge or something like that. Maybe.
Nope.
No.
It was 163. If you're thinking about the team before Invision, he was in 163 and MSN from long finding a nice shot. But Risky Bob, we're speaking about him, and he's finding frags. But oh, look at Aaron on this big flank. There's no way that they can lose this round, right? Aaron has to make an astronomical choke here. Aaron nearly misses. Luckily for him, Risky Bob was tagged, and Castle goes for the plan. He wants that money. He knows he's probably not going to win the 2v1 where both players are coming from different angles. That's going to be a second round for X Domination. Two players surviving, so not that good for their economy, which is quite weak. We see Bodito and Coolio. Well, they can barely buy lunch for the team. Second round for X Domination. And let's see if this is going to start maybe a snowball of rounds. Probably not yet, because look at the amount of money that Incilio has.
Yeah, definitely. And the snowball of examination is now, well, pretty important. They need it because you can't be satisfied on Ancient if you lose City side. I mean, you need to have at least double digits on that scoreboard after you finish the first half on City side, which is right now I think like 55% of win rate towards the City side. So you definitely need more than a win on the first half. And examination didn't start it good. MSN with that push through the molly, but Pipe probably heard that, and Risky Bob finding another one, just stopping the push of examination. I don't like those aggressive plays. When in the first round where you have the full buy, they decided to go with the push and they lose already 3 guys, 3 teammates. Now 2v5, basically they can't do much, waiting for the bomb plant and waiting for some exit frags, and that's all basically for this round. And Cilio isn't a good way to find another one. That they lose one, okay, that's not a big thing, because they're just going straight for another wins. They're just going for that win in this best of one. I mean, this is the main part of the tournament. This is the group stage, which this tournament works like IEM. You play a group in a single elimination system, and then you have a playoff out of the positioning, out of the ranking of that group stage. Aaron finding a good frag right there. They need to fall down in Cilio. Need to be careful. Aaron finding one more. Coolio through the smoke. Finding Risky Bob. Now it's a 2v1 and Bolt stopping Coolio from rotating. That would be a round number 5 for Incilio.
Round number 5 for Incilio, but it came at a big price. They lost 3 players in a 5-on-2. Definitely X Domination can be okay with that, but they still need rounds and they still need economy. $2,000 for most players. They're going to need to go full eco here. And here's a fun fact. X Domination have only lost, actually, 1 match. On Ancient, they win 40% of their rounds on CT side and 60% of them on T side. So definitely another team that T round win percent is 70%, CT side is only 50%. So 20% better, at least, X Domination is going to be. And they actually have wins on this map against some big, relatively big teams. They have a big academy, and the main roster of Ninjas in Pajamas actually lost the Domination. They beat Kryptova, E-Clotted into the win, so only lost the big academy. On the other side, in Cilio, they beat Illuminar, they beat Dripman, Prospects, 500, and Boston Crabs, Budapest 5. You know, those are some of the teams they played against. They didn't actually beat all of them now that I'm looking at the right side of it, but this map seems to be coin flip for them. Because when they lose 16-7, 16-8. When they win 16-10, sometimes in overtime. So definitely, it's probably up to the form that they have on that certain day, and currently that form is looking good. Camion is actually going to be able to find one, but still, it's going to be a really hard task for these Deagles. Deal with these fully armored players, all that aim punch. They're not going to be hitting much. Coolio has an interesting position. Camion as well. Going to be peeking towards backside, and this could lead to more economic damage from the side of X Domination if they could find another frag, but as I said, aim punch is just way too big of a factor. Here in CSGO, Pip gonna find another one. 2 frags at the end of the round, and a 6-2 lead for Incilio.
Yeah, this is a pretty big lead right now, but as you said, X Domination, by the statistic, on the paper, they are better on a T side, and that by 20%. But we need to wait, we need to see. They definitely can't let Incilio have a big of a lead. When you're on a T side, and if they just snowball these rounds, they can manage like to have 13, 12, 11. It's not important that much if you have more than 10 on a double digits. When you find a pistol round after that, it's pretty easy to close the map, especially in best of 1, where basically one mistake can lead you to lose the whole match. But the good thing is that you have it's not a single elimination, it's a double elimination where you have a lower bracket where you have a second chance basically, but no one's like to be on that lower bracket, no one's like to be in front of the elimination. Now Incilio in front of the B side. Let's see what is the
Let's see what
decision.
They can do.
Yep.
Aggressive position from Aaron, going towards Cave. He is still holding W, although with Shift. If he goes a bit further, and that's a missed Molly, that could honestly change the whole course of this round, because if they threw it in, they would force Aaron back. Even if it wouldn't be deep enough, and look at this, 3 players towards this B side, 2 inside of Cave, Coolio and Aaron. That's a defensive smoke, 50 seconds on the clock. Still plenty of time for Encilio to make a decision, but they are still sticking to this B side. Not giving up on the B side dream. Again, pulled the lurker towards the A side, and it seems like Encilio might actually decide to make a rotation through mid. The passive positioning from Aaron and Coolio towards Cave. I don't know if they had info for this, but look at the split. There's 4 players towards the B side. Camion is alone, and this is going to be a really, really hard defense for him. He sprays wildly through the smoke and manages to find Castle. Tags Risky Bob and Xanter, and Bodito. There's no way he gets checked here. Coolio goes 1 for 1. Bodito, free round here, and Aaron actually picks up both. Bodito didn't even get a chance to get that kill. Xanter and Risky Bob hit the floor, and it's only Polt, their best rated player, but it's a 1v4 with 3 seconds. He would actually have to be Superman to get this. So it's a third for X Domination. Basically off of indecisiveness. Every time Encilio have just attacked the bomb site and went in all together, they have had great success. This time, they hesitated on B and got completely clamped down on A and mid.
Yeah, this was a great play of X Domination. They managed to make a good position. They didn't push as they did in the previous rounds. And also a good read from Encilio at one point, but as I said, the good positioning of X Domination just won this round, and of course, a good team play. As I said at the beginning, Ancient is all about the team play, all about the communication. Bandito will hear that push of Risky Bob through that Molly, and that will be a +1 for Hungarians. Now let's see, Bandito is already at 33 HP. In the gap of the smoke, Sarum will find Polt. Now Pipe in basically a bad position right now. He could be tagged by that push of the smoke. MSN with the AWP waiting for someone to make a wrong step to peek actually down to the ramp. Now Molly deep down will find a good positioning for Camion to peek and to find Castle. Pipe is in front of the cave. Now let's see, will he be able to find those frags? That reflex was not good. Camion will pick up 1 more. That will be 2 for him, and leaving only Xanter in a 1v5 position. I mean, you can't do much basically, and at this point, look at the economy. It's not good for Encilio, and they will need to save this AWP. But MSN will have something other to say. That will be another frag and another round for X Domination. As you said, a snowball for Hungarians will be pretty good for them right now. When Encilio is on 6 rounds, they will probably just want to let them be on the 6 and not letting them any more rounds for the end of the half.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams would love to win every single round from now to the end of the half, but I don't think that's going to be the case for Encilio specifically, because these pistols, I don't think they have much of a chance. They are setting up an A execute, and MSN is alone with an op. He's going to need to do some combat opping here versus a bunch of players with pistols. This could end really, really badly, because if they take the site, they're going to have that op to defend, and oh my god, what a shot from Xanter. That's what opens up the site, and Camion is going to have to be the hero with the AK Wild Spray. 1, 2, 3 frags for Camion. Coming out of Donut, he's gonna re-peek, and he's gonna get the 4K. Camion looking for the ace, not gonna get it. Castle is there with the op, but Camion, well, he got some retaliation for that pistol round where he missed 1 easy kill and maybe lost X Domination, the pistol, and the second round. Now, absolutely demolishes Encilio and probably brings the 5th round for X Domination. Although, Castle is probably gonna be able to save this op, so that's one positive thing about this round for Encilio.
I'm just thinking about saving on Ancient. It's pretty hard. It's not that big of a map, and you don't have those angles where you have like safe position to save, and that is pretty hard in Castle. Not thinking about saving, but Aaron in a good position to find another frag and to find another round. X Domination 5, Encilio still in 6. Ooh, let's see a replay. Let's see that again. And Camion just standing there, spraying down, finding good shots, as you said. That was pretty big of a play, and probably a big boost for whole mentality of X Domination and motivation to actually win every single round. As you said actually, every team wants to do it, and you don't think it will be a situation. I think it will be, because X Domination just now, it seems like they woke up. It seems like they turned their mouses on and now shooting good. Pipe with a good team damage right there, and Risky above the smoke will try to do something, but Coolio Bodito finding 3 frags, closing this B site, and no one can pass. Bomb is in the position of X Domination now. Castle in front of the smoke, just wanting to peek, but look at this. Whole team of X-Domination is already there, good, and a fast rotation to save this round to, well, win another one. To get that equalizer and a 6-6, but let's wait. Still, it's a 2v5, and the better situation right now will be to save, but Aaron will have something other to say. Camion just pushing with the full confidence to find another frag and to find, as you said, an equalizer, 6-6.
6-6, and it seems like the snowball got rolling. Bad money on the side of Encilio. They can buy a couple deagles, and we saw Xanther with the deagle was absolutely filthy. Unfortunately, that one round, Camion just was better. Nothing else to say. Let's see who's going to be the first to get the lead. Is it going to be the first time that we're going to see X-Domination up around, or will Encilio go back to their winning ways with pistols? It's going to be relatively hard. They know where Bolt is now that he rifled off a shot from mid, and Coolio getting ready to push down into ramp. Castle is going to get some info, and that smoke once again has a gap in it. This time, X-Domination should be ready for the boost, because that boost is coming in. What a phenomenal nade. Half HP on Castle and Pip, and they're not going to re-pick that. They know that last time they did that, they got shot in the face through the smoke. Well, more over it, and Xanther once again towards the safe side. Seeing him with a deagle must be really scary for the side of X-Domination. There's going to be some defensive utility in Xanther. Will he be ready for Aaron towards the double box? Aaron peeking, and Xanther is in a really tough position. Castle is going to burn to death, and Xanther is a dead man from Aaron. MSN with another shot from the op. And everybody are falling like flies, basically. Not much you can expect from Encilio in this round. This is a round where you're supposed to go one by one and just look for one digs, not line up for any M4s. Pip is, well, speak of the devil. Gonna find a one dig, not a second. MSN ends the round, and that's the first time we see X-Domination in the lead.
Yep, the first time they're in the lead, as you said, and, well, when I said they want every round in this half, you said that will not be a situation, and look at this. They didn't lose 5 in a row. And that is a pretty big thing right now. As we said, you need to have more rounds on the CT side. Instant smoke for mid. Okay, we didn't see that that utility usage from Encilio that much. I mean, a good utility usage of Examination, as we're speaking of it, you need to acknowledge that Encilio, well, they're doing just the basics. We didn't saw anything special from them. We didn't see any good nades. Risky Bob, I think he was burning right there to 10 HP. Now he is pretty low. Let's see what he can do. Aaron pushing to the cave, and look at his position. A push of the mid will provoke to push down to the ramp, and whole team of Encilio. Let's see what is the decision. Risky Bob waiting in front of that smoke, waiting for the push, and still there is no contacts.
I have no idea how Risky Bob survived like 2 or 3 HEs on 10 HP. This man is Iron Man. Let's see if he can make this round count with 4 HP. He's definitely going to be the one to spearhead this attack. Just the team of Encilio has to wait for all these smokes to go away. They know how aggressive X-Domination are towards bottom mid, towards heaven, and there's finally the 4th nade needed to end Risky Bob. The flash was great, but Aaron's shooting wasn't. Camion does get the trade, and Camion is just going to re-peek. We see how aggressive this player is, and he keeps re-peeking every time he feels that he can get a frag. You know, he's peeking around that corner. 3-on-2 in the favor of X-Domination, and also Pip on only 19 HP. Xanther a little bit better with 60, but they're going to have to hit their shots nonetheless, and Pip is the first to go down. Good thing that he found the op instead of Xanther. He can maybe be a bit more healthy, but speak of the devil, once again, MSN getting 2 frags towards the B site and getting an 8th round for X-Domination. In the worst case scenario, is going to be a guaranteed lead for X-Domination, but not that much money once again for the side of Encilio. I do think that this could be a 9-6 half.
Yep. And still, I'm proud that I said they will win every round. I need to say I'm really proud of that, because X-Domination right now in a good snowball of rounds, in a good position to take, well, respectful lead on CT side. As we said, you need those double digits on a CT side of Ancient, but still, you can work out with 9. Let's see, through the smoke, Camion, good damage, finding and put down Paul to 21, and Bodito in a good position right now to wait for that push. Aaron also finding Paul simultaneously with that and pushing down. How confident he is. Xanther will stop him. No more push of X-Domination will be good in this round. +1 situation for X-Domination still. It's not that good by the positioning. They need to fall back to the sides. Only one guy of Hungarians will watch towards the B side, and the idea of Encilio is probably to go to the mid. The good idea right now will be probably a split, where they will go 2 to mid and 1 from the A main. I think they're thinking about that too, but they need to stick together. They need to group up. They need to go to find some frags to peak all together to have those duels where they can't lose, because now they're in a minus. And look at this, MSN with an AP doing a great job the whole game right now, holding a good line. 11 frags for him in this first half, and we are in the last round. Let's see what will happen right now. 40 seconds, something need to happen, and attack need to start. Let's see, MSN still waiting. No utility usage of examination, but it will start as soon as they see someone. Smoke for CT, MSN will be out of this defensive lines of the A side. Ooh, come in, finding 2 frags, we didn't saw that, but that was a spray down from the Temple. He saw another one, that there will be Bodito just to close it. 9 to 6 half, sorry. And let's say while we are waiting for those sides to change, that Leon is Russia's leading bookmaker company. Click on the banner in the stream description and get a free bet worth $5 by using the promotional code LeonHub. Make your boldest predictions with Leon, and Redul, say something about the last round.
Stomp. Say something about the last 5 rounds if there were stomps. It was 6-4, right? 6-3 even, and that was 5 or 6 rounds in a row at the end of the half. I don't know if you spoke it into existence or I jinxed it, but it was one of the two, certainly. And we're gonna probably actually see a B rush from X Domination. I love aggressive pistol rounds just because, well, they're even more of a coin flip than pistol rounds usually are, but X Domination, it's a wise choice not to rush into a B side that has 4 USBs on it when you have Glocks, but they do have a bunch of utility. PT50 on Coolio with a flash and a smoke, 2 flashes and a smoke on I'm sorry, on MSN.
Okay, let's see. This pistol round is pretty important. X Domination need to get it if they want to close this in a, well, fastest possible way. Smoke for both long and short. Let's see now, the attack on the B side will definitely be a decision. Aaron with that with the Glock jumping in, but pipe from the smoke, finding one frag, stopping. Only one. MSN is there to trade now. Bomb plant will be definitely happening, but it also finding Risky Bob from where? I didn't saw that at all. Smokes will fade out now. A 3v4 just by the pure aim. Xanter is there to have a good flash from guy from the back of the ramp. Camille finding Palt, and still Bodito waiting in the cave. Castle starting to go towards that bomb with that dual Berettas, finding that one is at least there on the pillar. MSN finding Castle with the dual Berettas. Bodito will pick and find a good damage. They know where he's entering. They will just now surround him. He's on the long and he wants to pick. He wants to fight, but Camille will say, "Okay, guys, stop. Let's win the round." He'll find that frag and find a pistol round, which is right now the most important thing. Double digits for X Domination, and now they have that bonus rounds when they win the first pistol round, of course, and of course a force buy for them, actually a full buy, where they'll have 2 Galils, AK, and 2 Mac-10s.
Absolutely, and a great match for Camille. 20 frags, 10 deaths after only 16 rounds, and he had a bad pistol round to start the game, so if you start with a bad pistol, you know you're gonna stomp the enemy team when it comes to full rounds and whatever else. Let's see what Pip can do with this USB. He did catch this player off guard, but Coolio is quick to draw the Mac-10. Camille is gonna blow Pip up, and everybody are on mid for Encilio, so this B site is completely empty. They're gonna have to retake with no armor and a bunch of pistols, and Bodito wants to farm up money. This Mac-10 poised and ready here towards cave, although nobody's actually gonna come there. 3 players going from T-spawn. Castle in a more defensive position. Aaron could be in trouble and actually is. Only finds 1 frag. I thought he was gonna control this play a bit better. Pulch with another frag from the PT50. The pistols have been great for Encilio, but not much else. Castle, last man alive with USP. I don't think he's gonna do much. There is MSN towards cave. He does have an AK. The only AK currently in the hands of X Domination players. Castle, he should get cleared in this angle, right? Oh, the answer is no, and he is gonna find the frag on Bodito. 70 HP left. He's gonna be saving that Galil. Or maybe not. I don't know. He's gonna run into Camille. Definitely the last player you want to see when it just comes to pure aim on the side of X Domination, and exactly that. 3 more frags for Camille. He's going for 30. Absolutely, he's going for 30. And brings the 11th round for the team of X Domination.
Yeah, now basically, when you're in the skin of Encilio, you need to be scared. Only 5 more rounds to close the whole match, to win that and to get into the round 2 of Group A main part of the tournament. And you know it's not that easy. You need to get back first by a mentality, then by the pure play, pure aim, and a decision in the gameplay. Let's see, the decision right now from Examination is to split towards mid and B. Ooh, Bolt, we'll see in the fate of the smoke. Camion, as we're speaking of him going for the 30, he'll not be able to do anything in this round. Camion, definitely the best player of, well, server right now. 23 frags for him. Now he's the player who will wait for the next round. Budito will pick first to the ramp, and ooh, MSN with the great boost will find one frag. Budito will find Risky Bob and deleting the defensive lines of Incilio towards the B-side. Bomb will be planted definitely, and the decision of Incilio will probably be to save, which will be the best possible option they have right now. Look at the economy, it's not good at all. If they lose one or more guns in this save, it will be a pretty big problem when they will go into the next round without the guns, without the possibility to have a good percentage of, well, chances to win next round.
Absolutely. We're going to see what these Incilio boys are cooking up with these 3 M4s, but it's a question if they're going to save all of them. I mean, Aaron is going to chase them, but Aaron is, yeah, one slightly faster wind away, one slightly faster wind blow away from dying. Now he's dead. Nade's coming in, Flash is coming in. 3 players, they're all going to shoot through a tunnel like shooting fish in a barrel. Let's just see who's more accurate. The A1S is definitely easier to spray in that situation. Xanther with another kill. And that's going to be a 12th round. They doubled their lead starting this half from 9-6 to 12-6. And definitely, the heat is on for Incilio. If they lose this round, their economy is demolished.
Yeah.
And so is the scoreline, 13-6. Going to be really hard to come back. But let's see what Incilio is going to do. They're going to be aggressive towards mid once again. I mean, this is textbook play, and there is a boost here. Aaron, oh, he is looking for Castle. Castle might even start shooting through the smoke. He does have an A1S, and the timing for that molly was atrocious. Both of them, actually. Castle gets pushed close to the smoke, and Incilio has mid control.
Yep, mid control in the favor of CT side. And from the moment when I said Incilio will not get any more rounds, they didn't. And Examination, as you said, doubled the lead. Now that's a pretty good lead. They don't need to worry, even if they lose this round. I mean, okay, it will be 12-7, and their economy will be demolished. It will be 12-8 at best for Incilio, and then they will get the chance again to get back into the lead, to get back into the winning streak. But let's see, minute to the end of this round. Let's see what is the decision of. Well, now is the real question. What is the decision of Incilio? How will they make rotation? How will they make a call for their team? And the Castle with a good flash will pick, but only finding one. He was in a good position to make more than this, but Camion is good on trade, always was there for his teammates. In front of the smoke, Camion will try to do something. He is looking like he is scared to get through that smoke. He don't want to lose this opportunity to get around 4-4 situation, and 30 more seconds on the clock.
4-on-1 towards the site. Those 4 players on the side of Incilio can't really get activated yet. Pip dodging bullets left and right. He's going to get peeked from 2 angles with Pip holding on. Risky Bob came into assistance, and Pip with 3 frags to defend the B site and get Incilio's first round on the CT side. Although they can't be relaxed yet, but look at the economy on the side of X Domination. They won 3 in a row. They don't have money. So that's going to be another round probably for Incilio, unless I jinx them and they all get 1-deeked by Coolio, but I don't think that's going to happen. Hiroaki for Bodito, and we have a full force from the side of X Domination.
Well, I don't like this decision from X Domination. I mean, it's... Okay, everyone buy it, okay. I don't like this decision because it's not a high percentage that they will win the round, but they are going full in. That is the confidence I want to see, but by the percentage... Well, they don't have a good percentage on their side. If they lose, they will go another eco. They will not have a good economy on their side still. That will be a pretty good opportunity for Incilio to get back into the game. But Aaron, with attack 9 going straight into the long, Aaron will find Pipe and pick up that gun. And ooh, through the molly, Bolt will find that frag. Now a 4v3 situation +1 for Incilio. Bomb still not planted, and Risky Bob finding one more frag. Good molly to stop that plant. MSN with the pistol, not finding a good shot right there. Risky Bob will just clean up the whole round and win round number 8 for Incilio. Look at the economy of X Domination.
I feel like this was a wasted opportunity. X Domination, they got an easy entry frag. Aaron got a great shot with the Tech 9, and then they decided to push smokes for no reason. Jump while switching weapons. That was a bad call by X Domination. They should have taken CT, but they should have just went together. 3 players from long, or maybe 2 and 1 guy holding short. I feel like that would have been much better than just running. But hey, they got the bomb plant, if I'm not mistaken. They're gonna have some extra money, but just enough for pistols. Not really much more they can do in this round. Also, that hero AK from last round did absolutely nothing for X Domination. And not to jinx Celio, but I don't think they can lose this round. They're fully kitted up, all the gear they will ever need. And there's only 2 smokes and 2 flashes on the side of X Domination, so even if they do manage to get on this A site to demolish Castle with a Deagle, which we won't see, Tech9 was the first to peek. They actually don't have a Deagle, I think. It's just Tech9's P250s and a Glock. X Domination, gonna run into a Molly, gonna run into Obs, gonna run into a grenade. Great nade. I think that was Polt who just threw that. Another nade coming into main. And yeah, I think this, well, this offense towards the A side got completely extinguished. Let's see what X Domination are gonna try to do in this mid-round situation.
Yeah, and this is what I spoke about. They decided to go with the force buy, and well, that was a close call. That was a close round for Explanation, we need to say. But as Xanter with the spray down, finding 3 frags, he's going for more. Bodito will stop him, and ooh, turning around, finding another frag. What is happening with Bodito? He woke up basically. He had like on the half 3 or 4 frags. Now he's on 10, 14 HP for him. But Pip actually know where he is. He'll pick him. This is definitely a round for Incilio. That was a close. That was a close ace from. Actually a guy from Incilio, and as I started to speak, well, it wasn't a good decision to go force buy after that 3rd round Examination lost. And well, now because of that, Incilio will have 3 rounds in a row, probably even 4, because they will have an AVP in this full bay round and also an AUG. That is the thing I saw a lot on this Ancient, that defenders of the B side will have AUG and another scope basically in the donut too. Let's see what Xander can do. He'll wait, he'll definitely hear that they are coming in, and from the back he's having a so good position. They didn't check him, but he'll wait for Camille will wait for him because Xander will be out. That is a +1 for Examination. It seems like they want immediately to get back into the lead, to get back into winning rounds, and 13 will be a big opportunity for them to close this match. Bolt from the tunnel, finding 1 frag, but Cooley and MSN with the push, finding 2 more, leaving us in a -2 situation for Incilio. But with an AVP in the hands of Risky Bob, I saw a lot of plays from him. With this AVP, he can do incredible things with it. Bomb is planted, Bodito finding Risky Bob. That is it from the AVP and probably from this round, because Pipe is too far away, just waiting for some exit frags. This will be definitely a round for X Domination. 13-9 will be in a matter of seconds. Let's see. Now definitely he will not be also able to find anything, and you were probably muted.
Absolutely correct. I was speaking with myself, I was analyzing the round, and then I realized when you started speaking, oh, I'm muted. Yeah, but in Celio, they seem like they have everything figured out in a round, and then they just get stopped. Then they just get out-aimed. And I think it's because X-Domination are just a bit more experienced team. They do have a less matches on some maps, especially here on Ancient, but they play them against more quality teams. We're looking at a team that beat the main roster of NIP on this map. They beat them 16-11. So if Incilio gets 11 rounds, does that mean they're as good as Ninjas in Pajamas?
Ooh. I mean, that is a pretty big win against big teams. And also, when you spoke about the teams they won against, there was some familiar teams like Cryptova, and I think he said the Aklot coming in the fate of the smoke. Oh, he missed the shot. Bolt again from the same position, finding a good shot, but Aaron with that nade. Just saying, Kobe, Molly in a great position, in great timing to actually stop the attack of Examination towards the A man. A good flash to just prolong that attack. Aaron through the smoke of the mid can make so big problems, but there's Pipe to watch that part of the map. Castle need to fall back into the temple and to wait actually for the push. Minute to the end of this round, still a good amount of time to do whatever you want when you're on a T side. You have basically the whole B side empty. Of course, they don't know that. We know that. Xanter waiting on the mid. He will see that utility and have information that someone, at least one, is there. Castle waiting with that AP. He needs to fall back. He's ready for that again. The same crossfire, but now Aaron is ready for it, but not ready for a good aim from Risky Bob. Xanter will also find Coolio, leaving us in a +2 situation for Incilio. They won that round number 10. They won that double digits, and Bodito was in a bad timing right there. MSN stopping Risky Bob, but now he's all alone, and they know the position of him. It's just the question now, will he be able to save this AVP or not? The good thing, X-Domination will have a good economy in the next round if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But Incilio, definitely going for that round number 10.
Absolutely. MSN is going to be able to save this up. Nobody's going to chase him. And Celio know that their money is tragic. They can't afford to even lose just one player. Even if they do take the op away from MSN, it's better to leave him here. And, well, Camille and Bodito can buy, and will X Domination be aggressive with their money? Because if they just don't spend it, if they play this round out, they're going to have a bunch of money. They might even have enough for 2 rounds in a row for them to be a full buy. And that is definitely something that's pondering them right now, because we do have a actual timeout from them, or a technical pause, I'm not sure. But we're gonna see it's only a 3-round difference. That's sort of been a theme from 9-6 to 12-9 and now to 13-10. These teams don't want to let go of that number 3, but let's see who's going to be able to break that first once again. Will X Domination take a 4-round lead, or will Encilio slowly chop away at this X Domination lead?
Yep, and just for your information, when it says it's a technical pause, it's also for tactical, it's also for technical. So we don't know basically, but we know after we see this grid that that was a tactical timeout, not technical. So just to know, it's well, probably a mistake in HUD or maybe in some commands. But yeah, it could be frustrating, I know. Let's go straight on to round number 24. As you said, Encilio is an opportunity to get back. Now the full buy for both teams, and both teams will have the AWP. MSN first to peek to that smoke. This is brave from him, and he'll miss the shot. But Bolt with that spray will not hit anything. Actually, Aaron will hit definitely. Risky Bob will be out. It seems like Aaron is always playing with that Galil. He's always with that Galil and finding frags with that gun when we are watching him. 1 minute and 30 on the clock, and the idea of Examination is probably to go to the B site and look at this. Encilio will have a good read. They already rotated to that part of the map. Utility will start, and now attack should also start. Bandito first to pick to check everything. Xanter straight into the cave, but he's fully behind. He didn't saw anyone. He's just waiting for the right moment, and Camion, Bandito actually, and Aaron will pick from the cave. Aaron finding one, but Pipe good on fate, stopping enemies from entering the cave. Still good utility going on. Aaron to pick another one from the cave. They need to fall back in Celia, not just waiting for the information, waiting for that plant, which will definitely happen. Coolio finding Pipe, stopping that push through those smokes, and let's see now a retake 4v2.
4v2, and Encilio once again gonna decide to save. Also, I just read somewhere in our chat that, well, half an hour ago, it's not Xanter, it's Hunter.
Oh, nice, like Nemanja.
It's like Cyrillic. It's like Cyrillic, like Hunter.
Yeah. Okay, like Hunter. Okay. That's a good information actually, but a little bit late. But okay.
Yeah, I didn't look at chat. I didn't have the stream open, but that's gonna be a 14-4x domination and another frag going towards the side of the Hungarian team. Polt will not be able to save his gun, and look at the money. This whole match, the team that's been losing hasn't had any cash, which sort of makes sense. But you would expect the loss bonus to add up after time. Now, not really much they can do. 3.5 grand on Risky Bob, 1,500 for Polt, around 4,000 for Pip, 3 for Hunter, and 2.5 for Castle. Honestly, if I was IGLing Encilio in this moment, this is probably attack from Encilio, I would probably just play for overtime.
Well,
there's not that big of a difference if you win 5 or 6 rounds now, and if you give X Domination the 15th. They might even relax a little bit after getting the 15th, so it's all a psychological game, but definitely, I think Encilio should save their money here and just try to go for the full buy snowball that we saw from X Domination in the first half on the CT side.
yeah, basically, as you said, it's a psychological game, and you have a round number 15 on your side of the scoreboard. It's basically then play of nerves. If you lose one, then you're just starting to sweat, starting to worry about, okay, I'm choking, and that's not that's always a problem actually in the pro play, definitely in the best of one, as much as we can see. But yeah, as you were speaking of economy and Celia, not doing a good job by that managing of economy. It's not looking good, and okay, I'm always worried about these pauses. I see that technical pause, and I have like flashbacks from PGL Major. You know what I'm talking about. I just want to see this grid as soon as possible to start another round. And as you're speaking about another round, let's go straight to round number 25.
I think that was just a double tack pause. That's why it was a bit longer. 14-10, like, what 11-4 is for Zonic, 14-10 is that for me. Because I've seen too many teams choke this lead. Tier 1, 2, 3, 17. You see that 14 and you're like, even worse is like 14-9, because like your brain tells you that the enemy team is further away than they actually are, because oh, it's a single digit, right? 1 round away, everything can change. Castle in Red Room. Does have a teammate next to him. Polt as well can help him. And this op, ooh, didn't hit. Couldn't afford to miss that. Aaron going forward is going to peek into Castle, but Castle, great shot from the AWP. Finding Aaron. And let's see what X Domination can do. Here's Hunter. He did get info, but he did get spotted, and he did not know how close Bodito was. Polt going forward. But Hunter and Polt both get punished for the aggressive play. 3 players rotating from Encilio. We're going to see all of them towards CT or Temple in this moment. And Castle peeking into MSN. Speaking of confidence, that X Domination has had this whole match. Risky Bob going forward towards Big Box. Risky Bob with another one on the MP9.
Ooh.
Leaving Camille in a 1v3 in a very, very bad position. Pip can peek in any moment. Pip through the smoke while it's fading. Finds Camille's face with the spray, and that's an 11 for Encilio.
Yeah, this is just a confidence play. This is the play where you go, okay, do or die. I will do anything I need to help my team actually to win it. And Risky Bob was like, okay, I'm going straight in. He was just rushing into the enemy, not knowing the position of them, and winning 2 duels with MP9 on those close ranges. I mean, you need to win those close range duels when you are on MP9 against, well, any gun that is in front of you. And now that is the opportunity for Encilio to actually get back. And we were speaking about that economy that will be good, and that Encilio need to play for that round number 15 of side of the X Domination to play on the overtime. But now, well, they're in an opportunity to win another one, because they will have a full buy with the AVP, while Aaron is on Deagle. No AVP for Domination, no scopes for them. Coming in front of the smoke on the mid, in the fade, maybe he could get in with a good flash. He'll find Polt. That is a great team play from X Domination, but Risky Bob will give back one at the same moment. Coolio stopping quite from the push. I don't like those aggressive plays from Encilio right now when they're on the edge of losing the match. Camille finding Hunter. That will be 4v2 in favor of X Domination, but Risky Bob is still there. We spoke about him, how good he can be, but now he don't stand a chance against Bodito. That will be a round number 15 for X Domination and a 4 match points.
2 double kills, 1 for Camille, 1 for Bodito, and 28 frags for Camille. Insanely good map coming out of the Hungarian player. On the other side, Risky Bob is on 20. He started with a relatively bad score. Now is actually the only player with a positive KD on the side of Encilio. Definitely team play, and I think just the level at which these 2 teams are is just a little bit higher on the side of X Domination, and we've just seen them get more picks, have a better strategy. Remember a couple rounds on Encilio's T side, they were really indecisive. Whenever X Domination position somewhere, you know exactly what they're about to do, and you know exactly how they're going to do it, and they have the aim to back up all that utility. But Hunter is going to find a frag onto Camille. Risky Bob with a risky peek. He's going to have to hit a couple 1-digs here, not hitting anything. Polt is there from Pyramid to try to trade, missing everything, shaking his camera left and right, but Dito peeking into him. And now it's just Hunter and Castle. Castle had to have gotten at least 1 more frag here. He's going to leave Hunter a do or die 1v2 for Hunter. 15-11, cannot afford to lose this round, and I don't know who has the C4 on the side of X Domination. It is with Bodito, so they can plant. They threw a smoke into cave. They know exactly where Hunter is coming from. He's going to be looking at the smoke. He's going to be waiting for somebody to peek him, but Bodito, still not planting the bomb, is going to opt to put the C4 down, and Coolio is going to tap Xanther at the end of that round. 16-11, X Domination take the victory over Encilio.
Well, we need to say we're in the studio right now, and we need to say this was a great map. Encilio starting good, finding the pistol round, getting those first 6 rounds. Basically, it was 6-1, if I'm right.
I think it was 6-2 or 6-3, but genuinely it was just a really good start for Encilio.
Yeah, generally good start for Encilio. Then, from the moment when I said that that X Domination can snowball those rounds, that they can actually win every possible round, they did it. They didn't lose at I think until the first 2 rounds of the second half. But as we know, this was the best of 1. This was the first match of today's 4 best of 1s, if I'm right. Yep. And yeah, that was pretty interesting match. That was Ancient, and I think we'll watch more Ancient today. In best of 1s, I see a lot of Ancients right now in this period of like past 2 or 3 months, but I don't want to spare some words more. I need to say that to participate in the only esports league on Faceit for players from Russia and the CS Winner Hub and Fast Cup matches and get real prizes for your skill, click on the banner in the description. We'll go on a short pause, then we'll go with the next match. If you can just say to me who will play that next match. I'm not sure.
The Impact versus Jano.
Okay,
So we actually have
Impact.
the female roster of NIP versus Jano. And we finally get to see Alu back on the server. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go on a short break, then come back with another banger match.